Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's look at some stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker alongside Tom McKenzie. We're joined by Bloomberg reporter Chloe Millay. Good morning, Chloe. Good morning. Let's start with SSE, the energy company looking to fund major investments and their share price doing well.
Yeah, particularly well this morning. The shares rose to a record actually after SSE announced that it will raise £2 billion from investors, and that equity raise will be used to fund some major projects in grid infrastructure and renewable energy. So overall, SSE will spend £33 billion over the next few years on those big projects, with 80% of that going on upgrading UK power grids. So analysts said that investors are really welcoming the clarity and the visibility on growth and on funding that we have now got over the next 5 years for SSE. It's interesting because obviously we remember another equity raise from an energy company, which was Ørsted, which announced that $9 billion equity raise earlier this year. But that was obviously received very differently given the position the company was at the time. But now for SSE, this is seen as very positive and a way for that company to be part of that push towards electrification and that expansion in AI data centers as well.
And some deal making from the Dutch lender ABN Amro, making a significant deal, and investors actually cheering this.
Yeah, the investors are quite happy about that. So for ABN Amro, there was two good things happening this morning. The profit came in ahead of estimates. The earnings were pretty decent, pretty resilient. But crucially, as you mentioned, there's the new deal that really got investors excited. So it is buying NIBC from Blackstone for €960 million, and that is to expand its footprint in the retail banking sector in the Netherlands specifically. So analysts said that the deal made a lot of strategic sense, even though it will take actually a bit of time maybe to positively contribute to earnings, and it may also dent ABN AMRO's ability to do some more buybacks. But for now, investors do seem quite keen on the deal, so the shares reacted very positively this morning.
Uncertainties about the budget tied with the housing market hitting Taylor Wimpey in the UK.
Yeah, quite badly, and also dragging down the rest of the house building sector this morning. So Taylor Wimpey, which is one of the biggest house builders in the UK, said that the uncertainty around all of the potential tax changes that we're going to get in the budget later this month was really hurting that UK housing market and hurting sales. And that was also, so it was in the red, and then also Barratt Redrow, which is the biggest UK house builder, was also in the red. Persimmon, Berkeley, all of those names were struggling this morning after that commentary from Taylor Wimpey. The Labour Party obviously had made the housing market a key part of its agenda when it came to power, but that has turned out to be a lot more difficult than expected, perhaps. And UK building activity has contracted at the sharpest pace since the pandemic, and that has really put into question the pledge that was really key to the Labour manifesto of building 1.5 million homes over the next 5 years. And for Taylor Wimpey, that's obviously a big drag. It had already downgraded its guidance earlier in the year. We have seen profit warnings across the sector and that really cautious commentary across the industry. So now, of course, the focus is really going to be on what Rachel Reeves will actually announce and if there's any major measures surrounding that housing market later this month.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.